Welcome to the Pulsating Biology, and we were covering the topic nutrition in plants for the O-levels biology. We have already covered the several subtopics, and in today's video, we are going to cover about the small intestine. Well, the small intestine is basically a 6-meter hollow tube with a very small diameter. It is termed to be a 6-meter long hollow tube that consists of a small diameter. Other than that, small intestine consists of three subparts. Number one is the duodenum, then is the jejunum, and the third one is the ileum. The duodenum is the first and the most smallest part and has a U-shaped structure. When you talk about the duodenum, we are going to discuss each of the part of small intestine and learn about the basics of it. The duodenum is basically the first and the smallest part of the small intestine. Other than that, it is U-shaped structure that is present. When you come on to the jejunum, basically jejunum is just the second part of the small intestine, and ileum is the most coiled part of the small intestine. It absorbs and help in the process of assimilation. So it is the most coiled part of small intestine. These are the three subparts: the duodenum, the jejunum, and the ileum. The first most part is the duodenum, and the second part is the jejunum, and the third most lowest part and the end part is the ileum, which is the most coiled part. Now, please have a look at this diagram. As this diagram associates the duodenum along with the gallbladder and the pancreas. What is the gallbladder? This is the gallbladder that we are talking about. This is the gallbladder. First, I'm going to label the diagram that it will be easier for you to understand. So this is the gallbladder. This is the pancreas, and the duct basically that connects the pancreas to the duodenum is the pancreatic duct. This pancreatic duct helps to convey the fluids all over the next organ. Then the duct that conveys the gallbladder is the bile duct, and this duct that connects the both of them is the common hepatic duct. This diagram will help you understand further about the gallbladder. So this is the common hepatic duct. Here is the pancreas, then we have the gallbladder right above the pancreas, which is associated with the bile duct, and pancreas is associated with the pancreatic duct, and both of them are connected through the common hepatic duct. Now let's talk about what is present in the pancreas that secretes the pancreatic juice. When you talk about pancreatic juice, there are several substances that are present in them. So in the pancreatic juice that is secreted by the pancreas, it contains majorly three substances. Number one is the trypsin, which is also known as the chymotrypsin. Then is the amylase, and then we have the lipase. These are the three substances that are present in the pancreatic juice. Since you have already understood the concept of the diagram, now it will be easy for you to understand the liver and the gallbladder. So liver is termed to be the largest organ or the largest gland of our body. It is the largest gland of our homeostatic organ of the body. It has 3 lobes on the right and 2 lobes on the left. So it has 5 lobes on the total side. It has 5 lobes on the total side, which are divided on the right and the left corner. So the right side have 3 lobes. On the right side we have 3 lobes, and on the left side we have 2 lobes. 2 lobes. Okay, so 3 on the right and 2 on the left makes up 5 lobes that are present in the liver. Where is the liver present? When you talk about the location of a liver, so liver is present right beneath the diaphragm. So when you talk about the diaphragm is present beneath the lungs. It is a muscular organ that basically helps to inhale and exhale the air. So it is present right below the diaphragm. When you talk about the blood vessels that are coming out of the liver, that is often asked in your MCQs based questions. So there are mostly 3 veins and the arteries that are coming out of the liver. Number one is the hepatic vein that is coming outside the blood vessel or outside the liver. Then we have the hepatic artery along with the hepatic vein, and on number 3 we have the hepatic portal vein. These are the 3: hepatic artery, hepatic vein, and the hepatic portal vein that basically comes out of the liver. Now we've discussed that what comes out of the liver and where is the location of a liver present. The next question that arises in the mind is that what does the liver constitute about? So liver constituents for the bile, with that, along with that, it is with the emulsified fat, and we have other substances along with that. All right, let's talk about what is bile. Bile is a secretion that is secreted by the pancreas, and is basically bile is a substance that is secreted by the liver, and it basically is a yellowish green in color and helps in emulsifying the fat. What is the color of a bile? It is yellowish green, alkaline in color, and the function of a bile is emulsification of fat. Emulsification of fat. This is the function of the bile, and along with that, it also is basically and along with that, the bile is temporarily stored in a pouch that is attached to a liver that we term as the gallbladder. So you have already seen in the last diagram that, let me show you that again. Here's the gallbladder that we have already talking about, and here's the bile duct. So whenever the liver secretes the bile, it travels through the bile duct, and it is stored in this structure which is known as the gallbladder. And then it is later delivered to the duodenum by the help of bile duct. This is what you need to learn about liver and the gallbladder. Its structure to be discussed after liver and gallbladder is the pancreas. Pancreas is termed to be a leaf-like gland. This leaf-like gland basically helps in the secretion of the pancreatic juice. As we've already discussed what the pancreatic juice is associated with, the pancreatic juice consists of three major substances. Number one is the trypsin, then the amylase, and then we have the lipase. Anyways, so coming back to the pancreas, it secretes the pancreatic juice. Along with that, it also secretes insulin, which is a major function of the pancreas, that it secretes the insulin that helps in controlling the blood sugar level. Insulin helps in controlling the blood sugar level, controlling the blood sugar level. Alright, coming back to the pancreatic duct, basically the pancreatic duct connects the bile duct before entering into the duodenum. So whenever the pancreas secretes the pancreatic juice, which consists of trypsin, amylase, or even lipase, that is supported by the pancreatic duct, and then it is transported to the next organ, that is the duodenum. This is all what you need to learn about pancreas. The last part of small intestine is the ileum. When you talk about the term absorption, the one thing that comes in your mind is the ileum. The last part of small intestine that is termed to be ileum is mostly known for its absorption properties. So small intestine possesses numerous small finger-like projections which are termed to be villi. Villi is the most important part of the ileum that provides a large surface area for the absorption of fatty acids and the lipid. Their epithelia is made up of further projections that are known as the brush borders. Along with that, the ileum is richly supplied with the blood capillaries. It is richly supplied with the blood vessels. Since along with the rush of blood vessels, it is also supplied by the lymphatic capillaries. Those lymphatic capillaries are called as the lacteals. They are present in each villi, which is surrounded by the blood capillaries. Simple sugar and amino acid, or even the water-soluble substances, along with the blood vessels and lacteal, are supplied to the ileum. So this is all you need to learn about the ileum. That ileum helps in the absorption of different substances such as fatty acids and the lipids with the help of a substance which consists of finger-like projection that is known as the villi, and its border of the villi, or the border of the epithelium, is known as the brush borders. Ileum is also supplied by the blood vessels, lacteals. Along with that, it consists of several simple sugars and the amino acid, which are basically soluble and helps in further absorption.